don't need no stinking record company.com.
Yeah, no, I should record that.
I don't need no stinking record company. You come to me, I give you indie. Indie.
I am Ryan Michael Galloway with We Don't Need No Stinking Record Company.com and CRN Moore, Chris Moore, who's showing you his acting chops.
Hi.
But anyway, so Chris is a degreed filmmaker, and he's made several of my videos, and I've seen an awful lot of work that he has done. He's terrific, not only as somebody who plans and shoots, but edits and knows it inside and out. So we were talking a little bit about production, and one of the things we were talking about was acting, which I don't.
Master Thespian.
I can't do as well as he can, but anyway.
From the gun, y'all. Sorry.
So, but so there might be some acting involved here. Now let's just talk about something that's a little bit of a pet peeve of mine. I love John Mayer's songs.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Right.
And when I see live stuff of him, unless it's been heavily manipulated, it appears that he can deliver a really good sounding product on stage.
Mm-hmm.
But the other side of it is an awful lot of the time he might as well be playing in his living room.
Mm-hmm.
In that, I'm thinking of the Tom Petty song that he did with the two other guitar players, Free Fallin'.
Yeah.
And you can hear the audience doing their thing. I mean, they're whoo, 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 you know, reacting, that kind of thing. And that's very cool. He doesn't even acknowledge that they exist.
Yeah.
And so, I just, in the music videos that I shoot, I would like to see a little bit of emotion involved in the delivery. Not as hammy as I really feel like doing, you understand, but, you know, something that gets it across. What's your feeling about that?
Well, and I mentioned...
And you can disagree with me, by the way. You know.
Well, no, I don't disagree with you. I think there's just different opinions and takes on it. If you look at the history of music videos, and especially in the early 80s when MTV was first on, and I'm really making myself out to be older than I should be.
And there was some pretty hokey stuff.
Oh, God, I think of, what they had to do on the lowest amount of budgets. And
a disco ball and somebody singing next to it was one example.
Oh, that's I think Blondie, the whole Heart of Glass video.
There was probably two or three actually like that. But
oh God, and that was shot strictly on video, real like.
Yeah, not in film and posted, which is, I mean, one way to get a really interesting effect, at least a little bit ago, a few years back, is you shoot the video on film, which is expensive. And then you put it on video and edit it from there. It's got a really nice look to it. Now we got HD.
Right, and you can
solve that problem. But anyway.
Yeah, and that's another production point, is that HD is harder to shoot for because it shows all the imperfections of everything. So
although if you know it's going to a less high grade thing, it's not as critical, right?
Not necessarily. It depends on what you're going to do. I mean, one thing you want to avoid is the phrase. This is a very dreaded phrase. Is we'll fix it in post.
Yeah, and in songs you might say we'll fix it in the mix. We'll fix it when we're mixing it down.
Now, if you know going in that that's going to happen, then that limits your frustration level.
But later on, whoo, doggy, that's going to be some work, right?
Yeah, no, and the expense that's going to be involved in that. It's like when you look at special effects driven films, that's post production all the way. So even though it's production, but it's done in post, is all that's added.
Green screens and
a lot of stuff like that.
Sliding things in behind people that weren't there. And
some of it is in done in production, of course. You have to do some of that way, but it depends on how your production is structured. But you want to avoid that trap of we'll fix it in post. Don't try to fix something after the fact.
Try to get it right to start out with.
If you can, but it's like we were saying before. If try to absorb the changes and roll with it.
I noticed when I was looking at things like the making of Lord of the Rings, they actually came back like a year later and did what they call pickup shots, which is little stuff to, oh gee, we need his face there looking very stern. Okay, we need to get everybody back together so we can shoot that. And these other 15 items, or 150 or whatever they were, so we got little things to insert that we didn't think about in pre-production or that we forgot when we were actually shooting, right?
Right, and it's not uncommon to do that. I mean, I remember we were shooting a video for you called Been Here Before, which was really my first green screen shoot, and I learned a tremendous amount out of it. It's a very difficult process to light for green screen, as you found out.
Yeah.
Because you have to really light your green screen completely flat and very well lit.
Yeah.
Then you've got to light your subject against it to differentiate it, bring it out,
Right.
because something's going to be brought in the background. Now, we did okay a job. There's other technical things that came into play that we couldn't control, that had more to do with the equipment.
Didn't have the technology and that kind of thing. Well,
and we came close. And I remember after the fact, we did some pickup shooting, some stuff I thought that was better than a green screen. We got that great shot, that narrow angle of you playing guitar that I really love, and I've used it a ton of times. We've used that for stuff for the Collin County Songwriters Association commercials. We used it in your music video, if memory serves.
Yeah. So those are some of the things about production, what can come into it, what can kind of throw you, and things that are going to feed post-production that you have to worry about. I am Ryan Michael Galloway. I'm with C. Aaron Moore, Chris Moore, and of course this is We Don't Need No Stinking Record Company.com. Come back and see us tomorrow night. Thanks.